Hey guys, Blackjack VA here. Today I'm gonna rank my top 10 favorite coasters. This is my first video after the rebrand, so tell me in the comments if you like it. I also have 28 credits currently, but with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, so coming in at number 10 is Comet at HersheyPark. Now I know a lot of you guys right now are probably like, what? This is a family coaster. How did that make your top 10? And the reason why is because, well, yes, it's a family coaster. I've ridden more thrilling rides that are behind it in my rankings, but it's just this ride has such good airtime. I've gotten 2 rides on this. My first ride was pretty good. It probably just about lived up to my expectations, but it wasn't like mind blowing airtime, Skyrush level. But then I got another ride on it during HersheyPark in the Dark. And during that day, literally all the rides were just hauling. I mean, it was crazy. And Comet was no exception. I was getting ejector airtime on some of the hills. It was amazing. So that is why it comes in at number 10. Number 9 is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket at Universal Studios Orlando. This ride is very underrated. Most people kind of talk bad about it because it's rough. Or at least that's what they say it is. But in my opinion, there's only one sort of rough part. That was at the top of the non-inverting loop, but it still wasn't even that bad. Like, it didn't hurt. And there's just a ton of other great parts about it. Of course, you can't not talk about the music. I love that. The vertical lift is a fun way to make a lift hill more fun. And another big complaint is all the mid-course brake runs, but honestly, I didn't mind them. They don't really slow you down, and also at the end of each mid-course brake run, you get a pretty good pop of airtime. And also, I never hear anyone talk about this, but there's a pretty great head chopper when you enter the inside of that building right after the first mid-course brake run. Alright, coming in at number 8 is the Incredible Hulk Coaster at Islands of Adventure. This ride is incredible. First of all, you get some really good theming. You get the music on board, which is possibly my favorite coaster music. I don't know, I just really like how it sounds. It's intense. I love the fact that it's over the water. All the inversions are great except kind of that final corkscrew, but it still isn't the worst. Honestly, it's kind of hard to find something bad about to talk about this ride, other than that second half, but I still don't think it's as bad as other people say. And of course, that launch out of the tunnel is pretty intense, and I think my favorite part of the ride is the 0G roll and the drop. The 0G roll and the fact that the drop is banked really just messes with your whole perception of like what direction you're facing. At least for me. I absolutely love this drop. It's just amazing. It's actually my second favorite drop. And I never hear people talk about just how good this is. So I feel like people need to talk more about this drop. Coming in at number 7 is Great Bear at HersheyPark. Now I know, again, a lot of you guys are probably like, how's that better than Hulk? And the answer is, I think Hulk has a better layout. But the reason I like Great Bear more is it's for one reason. I already would love it, and it still possibly could have a chance of beating Hulk, because I really do like the layout, especially the 0G roll. But the thing is, this ride is very special to me, because it was my first truly high thrill coaster. And I also really like the fact that it has kind of a straight down drop and an invert, and I like the helix at the beginning. And of course I like everything else about it. Coming in at number 6 is Fahrenheit, again at HersheyPark. Fahrenheit is great. You start off with a really good vertical lift. Then you head into one of my favorite drops, which is the Beyond Vertical drop. Just great ejector airtime. Pretty much all the inversions are just incredible. The Cobra Roll has a little bit of a rattle, so it's kind of not my favorite, but still not the worst. Rattles don't really bother me that much, but obviously it'd be nice if it didn't have it. But I think my favorite part of the ride is possibly that ending. You get the crazy ejector airtime with that airtime hill, which is some of the most powerful ejector I've ever felt, and then you also get that pretty intense turn into the brakes. Alright, coming in at number 5 is one that will probably shock a lot of you guys, but it's Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, also known as The Name That Never Ends. This ride was the main reason I'm an enthusiast. If it wasn't for me riding this ride, you would not be hearing this video from me. This was the ride that really helped me with my fear. And also, so that's one reason why it's up so much. And also, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so it really just makes me like it even more. The Harry Potter theme. And there's actually a tiny bit of airtime, plus when you're on the motorbike, it really is just amazing. I feel like no one talks about this, but some of the bank turns are really whippy. Like, they're really whippy. And I haven't ridden Intimidator 305, though I feel like Intimidator 305 would feel pretty similar, just of course more fast and more intense. Of course, the drop track was great, and when I first rode it, it really did surprise me. And the backwards section's nice. Also, all the launches really do have a kick to them. So, overall, this ride's just amazing. Coming in at number 4 is Candemonium at HersheyPark. This ride is great. It's a B&M Hyper, so you know you're going to be getting a ton of floater airtime, and you really do, especially with that first 5-second floater hill. It really is great. It's got some unique elements to it, such as that outer ring thing right after the upwards helix. I really don't know what to call it, other than an outer bank. I don't know. The helix around the Kisses fountain is nice. And again, there's just airtime all over. And also, very controversial opinion, I don't really care about the trims. I mean, obviously, it would be nice if they weren't there, but I don't really care about them. So, that's why Candemonium is at number 4. Alright, number 3, again, a lot of you guys probably won't agree with when you see my number 2 and number 1. But number 3 is Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. This is my favorite ride at all the Universal parks. And it really is just amazing, and it deserves all the hype it gets. Both launches are great. All the inversions are great, especially the Mosasaurus roll and Immelman, and the stall. Honestly, I didn't end the dive loop, which is all the inversions. I don't know, just all the inversions are so good, I can't not say that. But yeah, they really all are all great. All my rides were in the back row, but that really did so I've never gone to ride in the front row or the middle, but that kind of just enhanced my rides, because I got a ton of hang time on all the inversions, I got a ton of whippiness, and it was just great. Of course, the theming on this ride is incredible. There really isn't anything I can say bad about this ride. I mean, you just get quite a bit of ejector airtime, and it's just amazing. Again, the theming's great, it's just... The top hat is great. You get some really good weightlessness. And one thing which I like to do is on the stall, I like to just kind of like wave my hands and just be like, "Hey, what's up?" But Velocicoaster really is incredible. Coming in at number 2 is Skyrush at HersheyPark. This ride, the only bad thing I can say about it is the restraints, which do actually hurt. But that still doesn't take away from the ride, really. It is just amazing. It's super intense, especially with those turns. I did gray out on it. You get some easily the best airtime I've ever felt with the airtime hills. You get some great laterals. And of course, my favorite first drop, Skyrushes. I mean, you just get ejected to the moon or something during that drop just in the middle of it. I don't know how it happens, but it really is just amazing. Now, coming in at number 1, probably the most controversial opinion on this list, is stormwater at HersheyPark. Yep, stormwater at HersheyPark. I know that probably just about none of you agree with me on this, but here's why. I don't care that it is short. It is everything you could ever want in a coaster. It pulls every force. Positive G's with the Cobra load. Airtime with the top hat. Laterals with the turns at the end. I guess the head chopper, I've personally never felt this, but I have heard people talk about the head chopper right before, again, the bank turns. Oh, and of course, hang time with the flying snake dive. It really does just pull every force in just 30 seconds. And of course, I love that launch. It really is just amazing. And I really just don't have anything bad to say about the ride. It really is just amazing. Alright, guys, well, that is the end of this video. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. And also, I plan on doing another video like this at the end of the year. I'm hoping to possibly get 100 credits by then, so that could be kind of cool. Just, have it, and and if I do, then I'll definitely rank all of them, and we can kind of see how my opinions have changed from this. But, bye.